What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talk Sports with Jake. Hope we're doing well. Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and usually I start with stating the score, then going into a highlight clip if I have, but for today, I'm going to go to the highlight clip first and then talk through it afterwards.
Pace on that little pull-up jumper, didn't rush it. Mikal Bridges kicks it up top. Hart's open three-pointer, that goes down. Bridges floats it in the corner. Hart winding down, steps back, tries another. Grazes the rim, Bridges tips it out to Brunson. Brunson a three-pointer, that's good. Fox now the latest to chase Brunson. Brunson gets inside, pulls up, shot, rattles it in. Gets to the baseline. 5 on the 24. Jab step, double team, jumper, it's good. And 5 block shots. Robinson pokes it away. Shot clock winding down. He's going to have to put it up. Instead, Fox fires away. And Fox hits it. Wemby looking to help. Brunson with Vassell on him. Up top, Bridges fires away. Connects on a three. Castle, Cornette poked away by Anunoby. Another steal for the defensive demon. Hart drives. Count the bucket and a foul. Finds Robinson. Robinson kicks it out. Bridges off the bounce. Flips it up, shot's good. The start of the fourth quarter, if this group can maintain the lead. Harper, his own rebound, back up and in. He's rebound off a missed free throw. Josh Hart shaken up. Johnson fakes, throws it alley-oop to Cornette, blocked by Porty. 5 on the 24. Hart tries a three-pointer, nails it. Castle gets in the paint, kicks it back out. Johnson left open, three-pointer, it's good. The two stars, Brunson off the bounce, gets inside, leans in, right-handed, he banks it home. Under 5 to play. Brunson looks, Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game. Had an equal shot at the ball, I completely agree with you. Fox on the drive, kicks it out, Harper up top. Vassell chased off the three-point mark, puts up the jumper, it's good. Wembanyama drives on Towns, stops, leans in, and a foul call on Towns, he's out. Always takes his time, the deep breath. Misses the first. Big free throws in game 4. Down the stretch as well. Takes his time, gets that one to go. Harper on the drive, gets in the paint, stops. Falling away is up, it's good! Brunson gets away from Castle, the floater's up and good! That far out on the floor, you can't let Brunson have a blow-by where he's in the lane that easily. Wemby inside, kicks it back out in the corner. Fox a three-pointer. Hart the rebound, we're under a minute to play. Brunson right now goes where he wants. Drives inside, whips a pass out. Hart, three-pointer. Fight for the rebound, loose, Harper comes up with it. Harper pushing, going coast to coast, layup, missed it. Hart the rebound.
Can bounce high in the air, so you almost had to foul in that moment because there wasn't enough difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Josh Hart for San Antonio. That one too strong. Robinson the rebound, back out to Charlotte. Now they have to foul. Too big, too strong. He just walked Wemby underneath the rim. So now a 4-point lead, 21.6 remaining. Spurs still have 2 timeouts left. Another missed free throw. Fight for the rebound. Vassell trying to come off the screen. Castle the inbound. Lobs it cross court to Wemby. Wemby turns, puts up the three-pointer. Off the mark, Castle with the slam. Bridges only been to the line 4 times in the series. Brunson trying to get free, gets the pass in the corner. Vassell on him. Still not fouling. There's a double team. Gets away. Brunson still has it. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Bridges, and a foul. 4 free throws in these finals. Misses the first. Knicks have now missed 3 free throws down the stretch here. Knocks down the other. Castle looks. Castle still holding on. Lines it up, shot no good. Anunoby the rebound. Missed another. Back up, or you press up and immediately take a foul in the backcourt. Clutch
Up
one there.
board, you don't even have to.
Here comes Fox. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
So game 5 of the NBA Finals, Knicks and Spurs. Knicks up 3-1 in San Antonio. Knicks trying to win their first championship in 53 years. Spurs trying to force a game 6. 6.5 to go second quarter. Spurs are up by 15. Low scoring game. Knicks don't even have 20 points yet. Mikal Bridges goes to the basket, passes out to Josh Hart. Free from top of the key. Good. The Knicks down 12. Hart again. Trying to drive elbow. Step back 3. No, but nice play by Mitch. He gets tipped out to Brunson. Elbow 3 on the other side. Good. Knicks down 11. Less than 5 to go in the half. Brunson taking the ball to the basket. Fadeaway on Fox. Got it. Knicks down 9. Next possession. Brunson's got it back from Mikal Bridges. Pumps. Shoots. Got it. Knicks down 7. Very next possession. Wembanyama loses it. Gains it back. Passes to Fox. 3. Fox got it. They go up by 10, now they're up by 9, less than 3 minutes to go. Brunson in the corner, finds Bridges, open 3. Fox tries to contest, but to no avail. Bridges makes it. They're down 8 minutes, 20 to go. Steal from the next. Here's Josh Hart going to take this to the rack, and the foul. Pulls Knicks to within 5. Next possession, Bridges driving in, floater, yes. Knicks down just 3. They were down 16 at one point in this half. But third quarter, it's late. About 3 minutes to go. Harper gets his own rebound. Goes up. Spurs are up by 14 now. Here's Jordan Harper again. Excuse me, Keldon Johnson. Oop to clean up a great block from Hoop Porty. 2 minutes to go. Next down 15. Hart contested 3. He got it. Pulls to the Knicks within 12. They're down 7. Here's Castle. Out. That's going to be Keldon Johnson 3. Yes. Spurs by 6. 6.5 to go in the game. Brunson fakes. Layup. Good. Underneath Wembanyama, then by 2, less than 5 to go. Brunson to the rack. We have a tied basketball game. 4:22 to go. Tied game. This is going to be Harper out to Vassell, chase off the 3 line. Elbow 2, yes. Spurs back up 2. Less than 2 minutes to go. Knicks are up by 3. They're on a 15-2 run. Wembanyama fouled by Towns. That's foul 6 for Towns. So Towns fouls out of the game. Free throws for Wembanyama. The first free throw down by 3 with 1:53 left. He misses the first. Huge missed free throw from Victor Wembanyama. He missed 2 big free throws down the stretch in game 4 as well. Second one he would make, so post him within 2. If the Spurs give a stop, Dylan Harper goes in. Turnaround, short fadeaway. Got it. Clutch bucket from Harper. 1:16 to go. It's a tie game. 1:10 and counting. Brunson, floater, yes. Knicks by 2. A minute to go. Spurs, Fox finds Wembanyama, out to Fox, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound Josh Hart. He's going to get the ball to Brunson. Brunson's going to go in for a layup. Nope, he's going to kick it out to a wide open Josh Hart. Misses the 3. Mitch can't come up with the rebound. Harper going to try and take it himself all the way down for a layup, but he misses the layup. Rebound Hart. He's fouled. 26 seconds left. Knicks up by 2. 26.1. Hart. First free throw. Good. Knicks by 3. Second free throw. No good. Fight for the rebound. Mitchell Robinson is a huge offensive rebound. OG's foul. 21 seconds left. Knicks by 3. First one. Good. Knicks by 4. OG with his second free throw. And he's going to miss this one. So Spurs have end up with the rebound. 20 seconds even. They're down 4. Castle inbound to Wemby. Contested 3. Off the mark, but put back from Castle. Spurs down 2. 16.3 seconds. Knicks are going to inbound here. It's going to go to Brunson, who's dribbling. Looks like he's fouled, but no call, but gets the pass to Bridges, who is fouled. 8.8 seconds left. Knicks by 2. First free throw for Mikal Bridges. No good. Knicks maybe feeling the tension in the building. Second free throw for Mikal Bridges is going to go down. Knicks up by 3. 8.8 to go. Castle once again to inbound. Gets the basketball to Dylan Harper, who's fouled immediately. Knicks don't want to give up a 3. Harper would miss the first and misses the second. OG with the rebound, and he goes back to the line. First free throw, he misses that one. Second free throw with 7.7 seconds left, up by 3. He gets it. Spurs down 4. No timeouts. Fox brings it up. Wembanyama for 3. No good. And the New York Knicks are NBA champions for the first time in 53 years since 1973. I wear my Jalen Brunson jersey for a reason. Let's go Knicks. What an incredible season from the New York Knicks. What an incredible playoff run. Knicks went 16-3 in this playoff run. The 3 games they lost by a combined 6 points. They win the finals in 5 games. All the comebacks. You come back from down 22 in game 1 of the East Finals. In the last 7 minutes of the game against the Cavs in game 1 of the East Finals. Dominate the rest of the way. You won game 4 against Cleveland on the road by 26 points. You come back down 29 at half in game 4 of the finals against the Spurs at home. Largest finals comeback in the NBA history. You look at the Atlanta series, you go down 2-1. You win games 4 and 5 by 20 plus. You win game 6 by 51. You're up by 61 at one point. You're up almost 50 at the half. You're on a 67-13 run at one point. You're down double digits in every single game in this NBA Finals. You come back to win all of them besides Game 3, to where you only lost by 4 after going down, I think, 12 at one point. Just what an incredible team. Blowing out the Sixers in the second round. You win Game 1 by 35. You won Game 4 on the road by 36. Series wasn't even competitive. Just an absolute, just incredible run from the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson, what a absolute dog Jalen Brunson is. 45 points in this closeout game. He wins finals MVP. He averaged 32 in the finals, 45 in the closeout game. He is one of 4 players, the only other guard besides Michael Jordan, to have 45 in a closeout game in the NBA Finals. Just an absolutely insane run for Jalen Brunson, who to me is the best postseason performer in the NBA right now. And there's so many crazy stats about Jalen Brunson. I'm trying to pull up one right now. He had 29 in the second half of Game 5. It's most points in the second half of a finals game in the modern era. Just absolutely insane performance from Jalen Brunson. Obviously, great moment with his dad, Rick Brunson, former Knicks player. Was on the 99 team that went to the finals last time Knicks were in the finals when they lost to the Spurs, which is very ironic. Of course, he's an assistant coach with the New York Knicks, so really great moment for those two guys to share. There's always guys, Karl-Anthony Towns coming over last year. He wins a championship with the Knicks. Knicks have gotten a lot of flack for a lot of things. They got a lot of flack for Jalen Brunson. When they signed him, people said he's too small. He's never going to be a number 1 caliber option. Maybe he'll be a second option. 27 million a year is too much. Screw you. Jalen Brunson is the best postseason performer in the NBA today. He is maybe the best point guard in the NBA, and he's one of the 10 best players at least in the NBA today. And he is a hero in New York forever. To me, he's the greatest New York Knicks player of all time. Easily the greatest New York Knicks player of the last 25 years. That's not even a remote conversation at all. And Jalen Brunson is absolutely amazing, and he's an icon in New York forever. Absolutely changed my life. So thank you to Jalen Brunson. And this is a team, honestly, it's a lot of rejects. Guys who were rejected in previous stops. Jalen Brunson in Dallas was not a starter. He wanted to take a less money to stay in Dallas, and Dallas didn't want him to resign. They told him, "Oh no, wait until the summer." He's like, "All right, fine." They didn't want to resign him, so he went and got his money from the Knicks. And look at that, he is a superstar player, and he just won an NBA championship and the Finals MVP. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns, number 1 overall pick by Minnesota, did a lot for that team, and they just shipped him out for Julius Randle, one of the biggest playoff chokers in recent memory. And Cat's now an NBA champion. But it becomes ironic that remember Jimmy Butler had that whole rant when he wanted out of Minnesota in terms of like, oh, you don't need me. Of that 2018 Minnesota team, Karl-Anthony Towns has a ring. Who else is on that team? Andrew Wiggins has a ring with Golden State a couple years ago. Jeff Teague has a ring with the Bucks in 2021. Jimmy Butler does not have a ring. Just putting that out there. Mikal Bridges was a guy who was a high draft pick by the Phoenix Suns. Was there kind of as a role player. They didn't value him super highly. They end up sending him off to Brooklyn in the Kevin Durant trade. He ends up finding himself in Brooklyn. Has some really good years, but the team was really bad, so he obviously got a lot of flack for having so many empty stats. Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks for him. They got a lot of flack for it. That one was pretty rightfully so. 5 first-round picks for a guy in Mikal Bridges, who's kind of just an above-average player, is a little much, but they won an NBA championship. Okay, it was absolutely worth it. As much grief as even Knicks fans like myself have given Mikal Bridges for some of his inconsistencies. He was fantastic in these playoffs. F them picks, as the kids say. And Josh Hart, a guy who was drafted by the Lakers, never really found his groove there. Obviously, was on the Villanova team with Dante, with Brunson, with Bridges. Is very close with Mikal Bridges, very close with Jalen Brunson. And, never really found his footing in LA. Ended up getting shipped off to Portland, where he, again, was just kind of a bench player, didn't accomplish a whole lot. Ends up in New Orleans, where, again, he was just kind of a role player. Didn't value him very highly. Knicks took a shot at him, trading a first-round pick for him, and holy moly, was that a game-changing trade. As he has completely found himself one of the best defensive players in the NBA, one of the best role players in the NBA. Has become a full-time starter, a fan favorite, and just one of the more likable guys in the entire league. And you just look at the role player, Deuce McBride, a guy who, very good college player. Not a lot of teams thought very highly of him. Knicks took a chance on him, and he was a relatively key role player for the Knicks this season and the last few seasons. Landry Shamet, a guy, was drafted, was in Philly, didn't get a whole lot of minutes. He was in Phoenix on that finals team. That team went to the finals in 21, lost to Milwaukee. Didn't get a lot of minutes, kind of bounced around the league. He ends up in New York. Tibbs didn't play him a lot last year, and then this year he comes back on a veteran minimum. No one else wants to give him anything more than that, so he comes back. He scratched him close just to make the roster after Malcolm Brogdon ended up retiring in preseason. And what a year that guy had as a 3-and-D piece. Missed 1 3 all of the conference finals against Cleveland. And it's a guy you got to bring back, right? What a bench player he was this year. And even Mitchell Robinson, this guy's been here 8 years. He's been through all the 17, 18, 21 win years, all the injuries, the stuff with Embiid a couple of years ago. To get his revenge on Embiid in the second round was awesome. To see him get that offensive rebound off the missed free throw in the last 25 seconds was awesome. And good for him, a guy who in his NBA draft interview was drafted in the second round in 2016, said he was going to deliver a title to New York. And he ends up winning a ring with the New York Knicks 8 years later. So a really cool moment for Mitchell Robinson, the guy who has stayed true to the Knicks through all this. And through all the movement with the roster, there's been a lot of it with these New York Knicks teams over the last few years. He's one guy that has been through everything. And good for him for getting that championship. And again, Jose Alvarado, is another guy who Leon Rose went and got the trade deadline this year. Really good asset management to trade Gershon Yabusele and move his salary. Guy he just didn't have a role on the team, was going to be due $5.5 million next year, to move him to the Chicago Bulls, to get back a player, to get back a late round pick, and then flip that player and that pick to New Orleans Pelicans for Jose Alvarado. So you, in essence, traded Gershon Yabusele for Jose Alvarado. Alvarado's a much better player than Yabusele, much better fit from a New York Knicks team. And remember, in Game 4, in that comeback, he hit some big shots late. An ultimate vibes guy, really good defensive player, kept a lot of these younger guys in check. And he's a really good basketball player and a really solid bench piece. And good for Leon Rose for making the move to get him. Really good fit. I've always said, I said multiple times on this podcast, he's like a Josh Hart, very similar player to Josh Hart. High energy guy, so when Hart comes out, Alvaro can come in and kind of play the same role. Occasional three, really good defense, and just a high energy guy that can, spark a team. And he has done that throughout his tenure with the New York Knicks this season. So what a team! And kudos to Mike Brown. He did a really good job in these playoffs. A lot of people weren't sure about the head coaching hire, how the search was conducted. It was a truly upgrade over Tom Thibodeau, and he ended up being an upgrade over Tom Thibodeau because he won a championship and Tom Thibodeau didn't. And I love Tibbs. He's a Knicks legend forever as a head coach, but Mike Brown got a championship, which only, one or two guys in the history of the NBA have done with the New York Knicks. So Mike Brown's going to be a legend in New York forever. Oh, I can't forget about OG Anunoby. Knicks trading RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly for him, paying him all that money. He turned into an outstanding player, one of the best two-way players in the NBA. The game-winning tip-in Game 4 in the last second of the game. Just that's going to be one of the greatest plays in Knicks history for a long time. Forever. One of the greatest plays in finals history, honestly, if you ask me. Brunson deserved found out MVP, but there was a case for OG Anunoby because, man, he was right this playoffs. He was great all year. He's always been great. Oh, such a good NBA player. I can't be thankful enough that the Knicks trade RJ Barrett quickly to get him a couple of seasons ago, and Leon Rose, just the architect of all this. Say what you want about, how he's gotten some of these players here, the picks he gave up for Mikal Bridges, the money he's given it to some of the guys. But he did an extra job building this basketball team. A little bit unorthodox the way he did it, but he got the job done, so kudos to him. He is truly one of the elite general managers in the game of basketball. He's incredible. Jalen Brunson is incredible. Now it's time for some receipts. Becky Hammond, shut your stupid fat face with a few years ago saying Brunson's not a 1A, he's too small. Like, shut up. Like, shut your stupid face. You are pathetic. You don't watch basketball. You're stupid. Nobody likes you, okay? Shut up, okay? You're pathetic. And the fact that you doubled down on it after the fact, after the Knicks got to the finals, oh, he proved me wrong. Well, we did. So shut up. Nobody likes you. And Draymond Green apologizing to Brunson, and then he came on saying he did that because he's been critical of Jalen Brunson. First of all, Draymond, you have no right to talk. You're not that good of a basketball player. I'm sorry. You're overrated, so shut your big mouth. You're saying the Knicks have been a fluke for a year, so shut your big mouth. Also, you won 4 rings with a young guard, with a smaller guard, Stephen Curry. I'm not comparing Steph to Jalen Brunson. Stephen Curry is one of the 10 greatest players in the history of the NBA, and the greatest shooter in the history of the NBA as a three-point shooter. Those are not debatable facts. Stephen Curry is a legend. He's been a first-ballot Hall of Famer for 8 years at this point. But Draymond Green would not be, up for the Hall of Fame when he retired if it wasn't for Steph Curry, who's a smaller guard who's won 4 rings. And he's crapping on a smaller guard, Jalen Brunson. What a pathetic baby. You can take your Republican and stick it up your ass. Okay? And let Dallas Knicks team and Jalen Brunson, screw you. You are meaningless to society. Also, Wembanyama, I want to punch that guy in the face. And then you hit, and then you hit. Whose head do you win? How do you do that and then blow a 29-point lead at the halftime in the final? That guy is a dirty-ass bitch. Incredible talent. Amazing talent. I have never seen anything like this guy. This guy is 7'5", can shoot threes. He can take the ball to the rack. He's an amazing defensive player. He's going to have a great career. If he wins a ring in the next 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised in the least. But also a dirty-ass player who's overprotected, got away with 2 blatant flagrants because the NBA didn't want him to get suspended. He's a dirty player. And I'm sorry, didn't do enough in these finals to not shoot the ball well, to not get into the paint enough. You're 7'5". Get your ass in the paint. Guy's a dirty player and a complete asshole and a complete other bitch. Saying, oh, everyone knows we're gonna win. We're gonna come back down 3-1. Really? Are you sure about that? Yeah. No. Shut up. And then after his last press conference, he said, "Oh, I'll see y'all never." What a douche! You are a bitch ass douche that no one's like. Go cry to your stupid family in France. You pathetic, skinny ass Blackwood weakling. Shut up, you pathetic piece of nothing. Let's go, Knicks. Knicks are the NBA champions. My first championship as a fan. Only one of my teams to win a championship in my lifetime. It feels amazing. Let's go, Knicks. We got a big random sports dump for you guys and gals. So, first off, this happened a few days ago. I think it was last week. James Harden got arrested in a misdemeanor for carrying a weapon in the motor vehicle. This is not like super big news. I'm sure nothing will come of it. It's a misdemeanor. He's James Harden. They'll slap him on the wrist with something. But I don't understand how these guys are this stupid. Of how foolish this guy looked, of how bad he was again in the postseason, in that East Finals against the Knicks, how bad he was defensively. The fact that, he said, oh, I thought we were the better team. I thought I did a good job defensively. Meanwhile, they were never better than the Knicks all year, and they got their ass handed to them. And he played as bad as he did, and he said that. And you go out and do that. Just do you have a brain? Can you use it? Just trust me crazy when these athletes do stuff like this. We have NBA coaching hire in the NBA. The Bulls are hiring Thiago Splitter as their next head coach. I think this is a good hire for the Chicago Bulls. He did a very good job as the acting coach in Portland because he's after Chauncey Billups, well, got arrested. Getting them to the play-in, and they took a game off the Spurs in the first round, which is relatively impressive. I thought Portland should have brought him back. No, they obviously decided not to. He's now in Chicago. He's got a young group in Chicago. It's kind of directionless and irrelevant, and they're not a good basketball team, but I think this is the right hire by the Chicago Bulls. Going to football, the Broncos extend Sean Payton on a 5-year deal after taking him to the AFC Championship game. I've never been a fan of him. I always thought he's a complete dickhead, but he's also an outstanding football coach. One of the brightest offensive minds the league's ever seen. One of the 5 best coaches in the NFL today. And I don't blame the Broncos for extending him one bit. Panthers extend Jalen Coker 3 years, $35 million, up to $41 million. So Coker to this point has been just kind of an okay player. Last year at 33 catches, 394 yards, and 3 touchdowns. His rookie year in 2024, he had 32 catches, 470 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he's been very pedestrian throughout his first 2 seasons. He's missed 6 games in each of his first 2 seasons. But he is still only going to be 25 next year. He had 9 catches for 134 yards and a touchdown in that playoff loss to the Rams. Not sure if this is going to turn like a Gabe Davis thing. Gabe Davis had that 200 yards and 4 touchdown game in that one playoff game against the Chiefs. The Bills entrusted him to be the number 2 receiver behind Stephon Diggs. It just never happened. It was just a crazy one-off game. However, this isn't that much money. No, he's up front. He's getting just over $12 million a season. If he gets the extra $6 million in incentives, that would still only be just under $14 million a year, which isn't that much money. He is still 25, and Carolina needs weapons for Bryce Young, whoever's back there for them at quarterback. So Coker gets a 3-year extension. Jets extend Joe Tippmann 4-year, $76.4 million, just about $35 million guaranteed. Very happy the New York Jets did extend Joe Tippmann. Offensive guard, he's still very young, still only 25. Did take 7 penalties last year, which was bottom 10 amongst offensive guards. But like the 6 sacks allowed, that to me is a little bit of a flawed number. When your quarterback is Justin Fields for the majority of the year, that guy holds onto the ball so long. I think a bunch of those might have been coverage sacks. And then you also had Brady Cook the last 4 or 5 games. He's not an NFL quarterback. He also isn't getting the ball out quick enough. He was graded as one of the better guards in the NFL. He's only going to get better. He's a very solid offensive guard in the NFL who could also play center. So I am happy that the Jets did this. Gets about $16.5 million a year, about $35 million guaranteed. I think it's a very fair contract for both sides. And the Jets locked down one of the several talented young offensive linemen that they have. Some sad news in the NFL. Aldon Smith passed away at the age of 36. I find this really, really sad. Obviously, it's always heartbreaking when anybody dies that young. I mean, 36. Holy crap, that's insanely young. Especially when it's a pro athlete who once had it all. It's really sad to see. Nolan Smith has had a really sad case. This guy was a really talented player when he first came into the league. 49ers drafted him 7th overall in 2011. Was the runner-up for the Defensive Rookie of the Year award in 2011. He had 14 sacks as a rookie. He had 19.5 sacks in 2012, his first team All-Pro in his second year in the league. Even at 8.5 sacks in the year in 2013 when he was hurt a lot. And just a lot of injuries, a lot of off-the-field issues, completely derailed his career. He played just 16 games between 14 and 15. He then missed 4 years in a row because he was suspended. A lot of off-the-field issues. Tried to make a comeback in 2020 with the Dallas Cowboys at 31 years of age. And actually played some good football. Played every game. He had 5 sacks. He had 2 fumble recoveries. He had 48 tackles. He had 2 pass defenses. He actually had a good season, but just then after that, more off-the-field stuff. He ended up never playing again after that. Seattle ended up picking him up. They got suspended, and then that was it. So his brain's actually going to be donated to science to see if he has some sort of CTE and what was wrong with him. This is a really sad case. I don't know what they haven't announced the cause of death. I haven't seen. If somebody knows, feel free to put that in the comments. I don't want to speculate. But just really, really sad. A guy who could have been one of the great edge rushers that the league had for a long time in the NFL. Unfortunately, he must have had his demons in so much before him having as many field issues that he had. But just really is a shame the old Smith. One, his career turned out the way it did, when he had so much potential to be so great for so long. Unfortunately, he has passed away at the age of 36. So rest in peace to Olden Smith, and condolences to his family. But on labor now, we'll touch to hockey. Donald Nurse has requested a trade from the Edmonton Oilers after 12 years with the Oilers. Nurse, the veteran defenseman. He's going to be 31 next year, this year. 7 goals, 17 assists, 24 points. Solid defenseman, very good puck mover. Finished 7th in the Norris Trophy back in 21 when he had 16 goals. A little bit older, but still a good defenseman, at least from an offensive perspective. We'll see what Edmonton does. There's been speculation that McDavid gets moved. Doubt that happens, but this team has to find a goalie. Stuart Skinner isn't it. Cam Pickard isn't it. Tristan Jarry definitely isn't it. In fact, this team went to the back-to-back cup finals with Stuart Skinner and Tyler Pickard as their goalies is crazy. Of course, you lose in the first round this year. Tristan Jarry was your goalie in the postseason, on what you expected. But like, Nurse is a good player. For the most part, plays every single game. Good offensive defenseman. He's played in a couple cup finals. If the more top 10 pick, I'm sure he will have a taker. So we happens with that. The NHL is going to investigate Mike Babcock when he resigned from Columbus in 2023. I brought this up my last show I did. I just want to tell you guys everything that has happened. This guy, he's had a very good career as an NHL coach. I mentioned in my last show I talked about him. He won a cup in Detroit. He had a few good years in Toronto. In 2023, he had been hired to coach the Columbus Blue Jackets. For 3 months later, before the season even started, he was fired. He's been a guy who has benched veteran players. Kind of controversially, he benched Mike Modano, who's a Hall of Fame caliber NHL player, late in the season. 1 year in Detroit, which prevented Mike Modano from getting to 1,500 career games. He didn't play in the last few weeks of the season because he wasn't happy with the guy for whatever reason, and purposefully did this so he wouldn't reach 1,500 career games. A lot of players have come forward in recent years and accused him of bullying and verbal abuse. The most notable is Johan Franzen. He described some pretty notable tactics that Babcock would use. I think he said, I don't want to misquote him, and I don't want to falsify, but I'm pretty sure something like at one point he made Johan Franzen like cry, like a grown man cry. When he was in Toronto, when Mitch Marner was a rookie, he made Marner privately rank his teammates' work ethic, and then went against his word and shared that list with the rest of the team publicly. And then before he resigned in 23, Babcock had asked for his players to send him personal photos on their personal cell phones, and then took those photos and put them onto projected them onto a larger screen. That's so details we really have. That could be anything from kind of weird, what are you doing, but I guess not the worst thing ever, but still bad, especially considering his track record, to obviously, I think we all know the road that this could go down. Could be really, really bad. The Oilers have expressed interest in hiring him as their next head coach. They fired Chris Knobloch after losing in the first round this year. I don't know why, after we took him to the Cup final 2 years in a row, but that's what happened. So the NHL Players Association wanted an investigation, and the NHL is going to oblige. And the John Tortorella is not coming back in Vegas. So they hired him about 2 weeks ago, got them to the Cup final, and now he's out. Cruel world in the NHL when it comes to coaches. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So he's out in Vegas. But finish off baseball. We got the Giants are looking to sell. Logan Webb is not expected to be available, but Rafael Devers, Matt Chapman, and Willie Adames are all available. Devers has 7 years, $107 million left on his contract. Chapman's got, I think, 4 years and $114 million left on his deal. Adames has 5 years, $146 million left on his deal. These are all good players. Devers can't play defense at first, but 3,510 RBI guy. They don't grow on trees. 7 years left on his deal. Chapman, still a 25 and 80 guy, elite defender at third. Adames, not a very good shortstop anymore, but 30 and 100 guys, those don't grow on trees, especially as a middle infielder. If I'm a Giants, move these guys, try and get that money off your books, get back some young pieces and prospects. And this rebuild with this team, you're not going to catch the Dodgers. You're not even going to catch the Padres. You're at best as good as Arizona, to be honest. So, well, this team's a disaster. Just blow this thing up. Just tear it apart. The Brandon Sorsby saga, I ranted about this last show. It's finally ended. He's going to enter the NFL supplemental draft. As a result, he's going to drop his lawsuit against the NCAA, and he will not be playing for Texas Tech this season. So thank God this saga is over. About NFL teams, don't draft this guy. Make this guy pay. This crap is absolutely ridiculous. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.